Almost forgot, Tandra. I am your host today, not Jake Rutledge, along with Aunt Tandra Hamilton. And
The inside joke
and
is
I'm not done. I'm not done with my announcement. Hold on. Along with Aunt Tandra Hamilton, and the one that the world calls the basketball surgeon, but his wife calls him the love doctor, Dietrich Watts.
Howdy, folks.
see the inside joke is Robert started calling himself Uncle Robert. So and I'm the only girl on the whole broadcasting team. So
Actually, Riker Dodson is the one that started calling me Uncle Robert, and it just kind of morphed into a kind of an inside thing. So
set to tip off here in Davis, and Emily Stone will be taking the tip for us. Maddie McGowan's going to come up with the ball, but she forgets exactly which way we're going and steps over back court, and she's going to turn that ball over to the Davis Lady Wolves.
I've got a feeling she'll make that up.
Oh, yeah. Maddie McGowan has been a spark plug for this Leopardette team so far this season, and it's been extremely fun to watch her just single-handedly dominate. Ball in to Valenciano, back to Cameron Perry as she brings it across half court. Over to the left side of Maddie McGowan. It's to the top of the key. Back over to Valenciano. Maddie McGowan for a handoff. Back to Braylee Malicote. She drives up for a layup, and it is good for the first 2 points of the game by Braylee Malicote.
That was an excellent fake by Bailey. The girl thought she was going to hand it off to Aristay, and so she froze her and went ahead and made the shot. That was awesome.
Yeah. Ball cross half court for the Lady Wolves. And Braylee Malicote's given some really good defense up there. Emily Stone picks up the help. Davis Lady Wolves drives and kicks. The second bucket of the game. Cameron Perry to Valenciano. We will pick up the first foul of the game against number 5 for the Davis Lady Wolves. Cameron Perry throws the ball in back to Braylee Malicote. And 3 ball from Perry is off the mark just a little bit. And here comes Davis, drives, and able to pick up the first team foul for the Leopardettes is number 24, Valenciano.
They actually called that on Cameron Perry, not to correct you, but she got her hand caught her in the cookie jar.
Gotcha.
Speaking of getting your hand caught in the cookie jar, if you'll visit our Facebook page, we actually have shared a link where you can check to see if you or your kids are on Santa's nice or naughty list. Check that out.
I checked, and I'm on the naughty list. I couldn't imagine why. But
Well, you've been hanging out with us.
and Cameron Perry's going to pick up a double dribble call right there at half court to turn the ball over to the Davis Lady Wolves. Right side of the court, number 5 will dribble to the goal, kicks back out to the top of the key. Little back cut right there by number 12. Ooh, and she was able to go up and catch a blocking foul by Braylee Malicote. And I don't know, Dietrich, what do you think about that foul? I feel like that was way after the shot.
My mouth was wide open as he blew his whistle, and he's given her 2 shots. If anything, that should have been after the shot. I'm kind of puzzled about that one.
And she misses the first one, fortunately for the Leopardettes.
And Braylee was set, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I really don't know on that.
Second shot up, and it is good. And the Davis Lady Wolves take a 1-point lead here with 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. And Cameron Perry crosses half court. A little back cut right there by Valenciano. Screen set by Emily Stone. A drive and kick to Maddie McGowan for 3. And it is good to give the Leopardettes the lead right back. And Davis Lady Wolves cross half court, go to the right side of the court. A double team by Maddie McGowan, and Cameron Perry will pick up a jump ball, and it stays possession Davis.
Good defense. Cam forced her to the baseline, and Maddie came over and helped and was able to pinch her in there, and she couldn't go anywhere. That was excellent defense by those two.
Yeah, and I have kind of got the feeling that this point guard for Davis is dominantly right-handed.
That's what it looks like so far.
I have not seen her go to the left side of the floor yet, so I think this, if we keep doing what we're doing on defense, I think it'll be a good night for us. Screen set by Davis. Able to get a offensive rebound right there. Kick back to number 5. Number 5 bounce past number 1 down in the paint. Over to Maddie McGowan's hands. And Davis turns the ball over to Leopardettes. And here comes Cameron Perry crossing half court. Pass off to Emily Stone. Back to Valenciano. And she's going to go up for 2. And it is good.
Nice job.
And the Davis coach has seen enough already. And he's going to call a timeout and talk to his Lady Wolves about what's happening. And we will take a break right here on the Leopard Sports Network. It just is really, really scratchy.
Welcome back here to Davis, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are squaring off against Davis here in
Davis,
Oklahoma.
If you can't tell, folks, it's red in here, so we should be at Davis.
either in Davis or Sulphur.
That's it.
Ball in the paint. Cross court back to number 5. 5 drives. Kicks out to the left side of the court. Back to the paint. Back to the left side. Screen set. High pick back to the high post out to the right side. Number 2 dribbles up to the top of the key and resets their offense. Back to number 5, and she's going to dribble to the top. The bounce pass, no good, ends up in Cameron Perry's hands, and Cameron Perry is rushing to the goal where her 2-point shot's no good, and Davis is able to get that rebound. Hand off to the high post. Cameron Perry's right there, almost deflects that. Ball loose. Emily Stone will get that ball. And here comes Cameron Perry and the Leopardettes. High post pass to Emily Stone. Over to Maddie McGowan for 3. And it is off the mark. Rebound by Davis Lady Wolves. Ball to the right side. Screen set for number 5. Bounce pass to the high post. Looking for somebody inside, but there's nobody there. Cross court pass.
Look like we in the zone right now, and the Davis offense can't figure it out. It kind of looks like a man, but it's a zone.
Kind of dribbling the ball right now.
Yeah. I think they're trying to figure out how to beat it.
Emily Stone comes up with a rebound. And we haven't seen our girls play a zone defense, I think, at all this year. We have been man-to-man.
It doesn't surprise me, honestly, because of us just coming off that tournament.
Braylee Malicote gets a little floater.
I think coach is probably noticing that our legs is getting a little tired, so that's why he pulled back in the zone. That would be my guess.
Kenzie's going to come in for Braylee Malicote, and you're probably going to see us use our bench a lot tonight. As most schools, we're dealing with sickness. The flu is going around, injuries, and our Leopardette basketball team has suffered from those. We're missing Cannon Russell tonight, so that's a big key to our offense and defense right here.
Yeah, I know Cannon Prairie, he could dribble. I did not notice Cannon out there, so I'm glad you said that.
Is either sick or injured, either one of those. But looks like Brayley's kind of fighting off a little bit of sickness too. So we just need to keep everybody well going into Christmas break. Ball to the right side of the court, and Layla's going to get a walking violation called on her. And that's going to be a turnover to the Davis Lady Wolves. And it looks like we are manning up now. Ball to the left side for the Davis Lady Wolves. Number two. Number two looks to pass back to the top of the key. A driving kick. Number 5 back to the top of the key. Sets a screen. Ball up and no good. Valenciano is able to come up with that pass or that rebound. Same difference, right?
We got the ball. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Cameron Perry tries to slow things down right here. To the right side of the. And we have a moving screen called on Emily Stone, and Braylon Malicote will enter the game for McKenzie. And you know that moving screen is kind of surprising because I have seen a lot of Davis Lady Wolves set a moving screen.
Yep.
That has not been called. Several.
You know how'd that go?
So I'm hoping that evens up. Ball to the right side of the court for the Davis Lady Wolves. Looking for somebody inside. Number 1's got it. Jump shot is good. And your Leopardettes still lead 9-5 with 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Ball to Valenciano. Valenciano drives. Kicks back over here to the sideline of the Davis Lady Wolves. And Coach Cater is not happy, and he is going to take a timeout and discuss things on the offensive end, and we will take one with him right here on the Leopard Sports Network.
On that,
Yeah, welcome back here once again to Davis, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are taking on Davis. Leopardettes on top, 9-5 here with 1:17 left.
just created a turnover on that possession. Made number 12 take too many steps.
Emily Stone to the top of the key to Braylon Malicote. Braylon Malicote to Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry back to Valenciano to the top of the key. Emily Stone's working in there, trying to get the ball. 3-ball from Cameron Perry is no good. And Davis Lady Wolves headed back down to the offensive end for them. Ball to the right side of the court for the Lady Wolves with 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. And drive, little floater layup. Maddie McGowan's going to get that rebound. And Coach Cater's saying, slow it down. We're going to take the last shot of the quarter. With 21 seconds, Valenciano drives, and the bucket is good for an and one. And Valenciano will go to the line for one. And Dietrich, I'm liking what I'm seeing on the offensive end. You know, we have struggled with the 3-ball. And I am really enjoying watching them drive to the paint because this shows us what we can do. Yep. And we are so capable of so much in that paint, whether it's getting Emily and Maddie open or driving for a layup. Mm-hmm. 3 ball from the Davis Lady Wolves is good. And that is going to be the end of the quarter. But the Davis Lady Wolves cut it back to 3 here in Davis. And we will take a quick break here on the Leopard Sports Network.
Welcome back here once again to Davis, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are leading Davis 11-8 here. We're going to start the second period.
Yeah, and Dietrich, so far so good right here for the Leopardettes. I mean, the score is close, but we're seeing a lot of positive things right here by our Leopardettes.
Yeah, we're getting open looks. They're just not falling right now.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they're going to fall here shortly.
And the Davis Lady Wolves are in a zone, and I think that we do well against the zone. I think we do better against the zone than we do man-to-man.
Especially some of our shooters. Excuse me, some of our shooters go ahead and let it fly.
Skip pass is stolen by the Davis Lady Wolves, and Braylee Malicote was able to get a hand on that right before she goes up, and Maddie McGowan comes down with that rebound and is able to get a foul.
How many rebounds does that make for Maddie so far?
Well, what I think.
3, I got her for 3.
And the Davis Lady Wolves are going to start pressing here to start the second quarter. And barely gets a hand on that to go out of bounds, but it stays Leopardette ball at half court. And Emily Stone, she tried to throw that skip pass over to Braylee Malicote, who is wide open for a 3. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the skip pass. It creates so much just by throwing one pass across court. But it just wasn't strong enough.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It was open, but she just put a little air on it.
Another turnover by the Leopardettes. Just right through the hands of Valenciano. And the Davis Lady Wolves try to even things up right here. Ball to the left side. Back to the top of the key. Back to the right side of the court.
We're still in a matchup zone, it looks like, because Maddie and Emily is just going block to block.
3 ball is no good. Rebound by the Davis Lady Wolves. Able to kick it back out to the right side of the court. Kick back to the baseline. Back to the top of the key. Over to the left side of the floor. Back to baseline. And Cameron Perry's able to get some hands on that ball right there. And they're really wanting to push that ball inside, but there's just nothing down there for them. We've got Maddie McGowan. Yeah, 3 ball, no good. And Maddie McGowan comes up with another rebound for the Leopardettes. And at this rate, I think Maddie McGowan's going to be in double digits of rebounds before the end of the night. Ball to Cameron Perry to the right side of the floor, back to the top of the key to Maddie. Over to Braylee. Back to Cameron. Inside to Maddie. Back to the top of the key to Cameron. 3 ball up, and it is no good. And Emily Stone is going to pick up her second foul. And we have a couple substitutions right here for the Davis Lady Wolves. As Leopardettes are going to pick them up right off the inbounds. Braylee Malicote with hands on the ball.
Ooh, that was
He's a
good.
steal. and unable to complete the layup. Davis Lady Wolves was right there underneath the goal.
That was good hustle.
Very good hustle. I think she just hurried just a little too much.
We heard those footsteps.
Cross court pass to number 5, back to the top of the key, over to the left side of the floor, back to the baseline. To the top of the key. Gonna drive, but there's nothing there. Back inside to the paint. Back out to the top of the key, over to the right side of the court for the Wolves.
We're actually moving really good.
Yes, we are.
The initial pass, they're wide open, but we're hustling out there and we're breaking down properly.
A floater is no good by the Davis Lady Wolves. And the Leopardettes put up a 3-ball, and it is no good. Back to Emily Stone, and she is able to complete that for 2 points, and that was kind of like a weird play. One of the Davis Lady Wolves jumped out of bounds to try to save it and ended up throwing it back into Emily.
Yeah, she would have been better off of letting it go out of bounds because, we did shoot it. But
yeah,
that's the beauty of the game. Sometimes you do the right thing and sometimes you don't do the right thing. Yeah.
it's out on them too, so we would have been under the basket either way. Ball up, no good. Maddie McGowan for another rebound for the Leopardettes. I believe, is that her 6th?
5.
5. Ball to the top of the key to Valenciano. Back to Braylee Malicote. 3-ball up. And it is just off. Emily Stone's able to get that offensive rebound. And she will go to the line for 2. And what a great hustle play right there by Emily Stone. Braylee Malicote's 3 basically goes in and out.
And she was right there to clean it off the glass. That's what you want right there from your bid.
First free throw is no good. And Layla McKenzie's going to check back in for Braylee Malicote, try to get her some good legs under her, get her a couple good deep breaths. Stone to the line for her second free throw. And it's going to be good to put the Leopardettes up 14-8 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the second quarter. And ball in the middle. Ooh. Looked like backcourt from here.
Yep. I'm right in the middle. It was backcourt, but hey, got to keep on playing. You don't hear the whistle. You got to keep on going.
Number 2 for Davis drives. Oh. Ooh.
No. No.
I agree with Cater down there. She was going up for the
No.
She was going up for the shot and just let it go. And our fans are not happy about that, and that's agreeable because that was not the right call. And it ends up turning into 2 points for the Davis Lady Wolves, and Cater's like, those points are on you, dude.
Wow.
Ball to Layla McKenzie. McKenzie to the top of the key to Valenciano. Over to Cameron Perry. Over to Maddie McGowan for 3. And it is just off the mark. And Emily Stone almost had another offensive rebound putback.
He's actually going for him.
Here comes the Wolves. Into the paint to number 15. Back out to number 1. Over to number 2 to the right side of the court. Back to the top of the key. And I think it's safe to say that we're not going to see many threes out of these Davis Lady Wolves.
They're trying to get it either mid-range or down low.
Shot by Emily Stone turns into a turnover by the Davis Lady Wolves, and Coach Cater is going to take a timeout here with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left, and we will take one with them here on the Leopard Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Davis, Oklahoma, where you've got not Jake Rutledge, Aunt Tandra, and the basketball surgeon, Dietrich Watts.
Who's that guy?
Ball goes in to Emily Stone. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to head down to the Davis Lady Wolves end. And Coach Cater is not happy about that possession.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted it to the weak side corner for the possible three, but Emily was wide open for a split second. But at the end of the day, you got to listen to what coach wants.
Batted ball away there by Cameron Perry, but the Wolves are able to get it back to the left side of the court. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Inside. Ooh, I think that we might have missed a walk call right there. There we go. But we did get one to catch up for that. So the Wolves will turn it over to the Leopardettes.
Still one behind now.
Yeah.
Me and Kate are good buddies. So if he hears this later, we already talked about this, but I just love his facial expressions.
Oh yeah. When he gets down on one knee, that's when you know he's serious. Right.
Frustration.
Speaking of that, look,
Yep.
he's there. He's there.
The frustration has set in enough for Coach Cater. He is Leopardettes are just playing a little bit rush right now. They're not settling down and we're gonna get another walk call against the Davis Lady Wolves. And we're gonna try this again. Cater's like, here we go. Let's do this again. I think we're gonna be able to break this press if we can get the ball into the middle of the floor, but right now they're covered up. Emily Stone over to Valenciano. Dribbles back to Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry looks for a three, but gets a walking call on her. And that's going to be another turnover for the Leopardettes. Ball in to the Davis point guard, number 5. Cameron Perry puts some pressure on her. Picks up her dribble back into the paint. Looks for somebody down low, and she's there. And not able to complete.
That was a good box out by him.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting to see what he was calling before I said anything, but good block out right there by Emily Stone. Gets an over the back call. And that Davis Lady Wolf player number 15 will pick up her second foul, the 5th team foul for the Lady Wolves. And we will bring the ball back in. And that's going to be out on Davis. And I think if we get our heads up just a little bit more, we have a wide open layup cross court pass at that. Ball to Braylee Malicote. Back to Valenciano. Over to Cameron Perry. Baseline to Maddie. Back to Cameron. Back to the top of the key. Over to Valenciano. Back to Emily Stone. Emily Stone looks for Maddie McGowan inside. Maddie McGowan goes up, and it's deflected, but Braylee Malicote's there for the rebound. Able to put back up and not make it. Maddie McGowan gets another offensive rebound, and bounce pass into Braylee Malicote will result in a Davis Lady Wolf foul.
That was a nice tackle. She wrapped her up real well.
The girl's definitely being strong.
Maybe she's been out there practicing with the football team.
Who knows?
Get a sub for the Lady Wolves. Three ball, no good. Valenciano was able to get that rebound. And from where I'm sitting, the Davis Lady Wolves touched that ball before it went out of bounds. And that's going to do it here for the first half in Davis as your Leopardettes lead 14-10. And we'll be back shortly with some stats here in Davis, Oklahoma.
Welcome back here to Davis, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are taking on the Davis Wolves here. Leopardettes, as we enter the third period, on top, 14-10, hanging on to a lead. And we have some interesting stats over there. Dietrich talking about we were tracking McGowan's rebounds.
So far, I got her down for 2, 4, or 5 rebounds, all on the defensive end.
And
I might have missed one on the
I
offensive
think she's
end.
gotten 2 offensive end.
yeah,
There you go.
very
She has 7.
McGowan and Malakote all each have a steal apiece as well.
Hey, as I said, I'm human, so I mess up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tan. Or Aunt Tandra.
You should have seen me trying to keep stats for the boys' game against Tishomingo.
Yeah, they
I
moved
had to tell Chad Price, hey, you gotta do play-by-play,
Yep.
and I'm barely gonna talk because I'm trying to keep these stats over here. The ball by Maddie McGowan is up but no good. Emily Stone's able to get that rebound. Maddie McGowan's gonna try again and just misses. Emily Stone gets another rebound and goes up, and it just hits the bottom of the rim, but we're gonna get a jump ball, and it's gonna go to the Davis Lady Wolves. And the Leopardettes are going to put some pressure on the Wolves up front as they cross half court, ball into the paint, a little dribble drive, kick out, and shot no good. They were able to come up with a offensive rebound, and that's going to produce 2 points for the Lady Wolves. And the Leopardettes are trying to cross half court. And we have a turnover. And the Lady Wolves are going to come back with it. We're going to have a double dribble call. And I don't know how he's seen that because
I really don't either, but hey, we'll take it.
Well, I think he's just even in the score, catching up from the first half.
basket. And we're having a tough time right now breaking this Davis Lady Wolves press. And you know, Dietrich, that I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we've struggled with the press this year.
Yeah. It's getting a little too anxious.
3 ball by Cameron Perry is no good. Brayden Malakote's there though, and puts up a shot, and it's no good. And the Davis Lady Wolves will try again down on the offensive end to try and tie this thing up. Ball back into the paint. Little jump shot is no good. Maddie McGowan was able to come up with it, and then it just slips out of her hands. So it stays right here on the Davis end. Number 12 is going to drive in. Emily Stone's going to be able to get that steal. And Cameron Perry is going to come up the court and draw a foul. And we're going to get the ball over here for the Leopardettes at half court. And ball in back court to Brayley. Back to Cameron Perry. Over to Valenciano. Back to the top of the key to Perry. Maddie McGowan for 3, and it's no good. Emily Stone's there. And 1 for Emily Stone on the offensive putback.
If I'm keeping the good stats, number 15 has picked up her 3rd foul.
Yes. Yep, she has. And Emily Stone's good for 1. Leopardettes go up 17-12 with 5 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third quarter.
They leaving Maddie McGowan open on that 3-point line, so she gonna let them fly.
Until they're gonna leave her open until she proves that she can hit a couple.
Yep.
And Cameron Perry knocks that away back into the backcourt. Davis is able to get it back in possession. Top of the key to number 5 into the paint. Ball on the ground, and it's going to be tied up by a host of Leopardettes for a jump ball, and it's going to go down to the Lindsay offensive side for us.
You know, one thing I love about Maddie, she has that big old brace on her left knee, but she does not mind diving on the floor.
Absolutely not.
A lot
She's
of-
tough.
Yeah, a lot of kids, especially in high school, once they get that brace on their knee, they kind of a little hesitant.
Off half court. Not until a foul has been called.
Also
From a
look
Davis
like
Lady Wolf.
number 3 or number 1 has her third foul, so that's good as well.
Ball over to Valenciano. See all fake passes back to Cameron Perry. Over to Braylon Malicote for 3. And just misses. Ball crosses half court. Right side. Pass to the paint. Back out to the right side inside number 1. It's going to be a little floater, and it's going to be good for 2. And we're going to break the press. Been able to get a layup, but it is no good by Emily Stone. And here comes the Davis Lady Wolves. And, I think that we just found the key to breaking that press. We got to get the ball on one side of the court. We got to make a good, strong cross-court pass. And Emily Stone's going to be wide open coming down the lane. Ball to the top of the key, over to the right side. And I haven't quite figured out.
That's going to be number 1's 4th foul, so the coach better get her out of there because she has 6 of their 14 points, so he's going to have to find some more scoring probably for the rest of this quarter and maybe half of the 4th quarter.
And Braylon Malicote brings the ball up. Passes it over there to Maddie McGowan. And then Maddie McGowan was able to pick up a foul from a Davis Lady Wolves, and she kind of gave her a little get off of me nudge because she was wrapped up and didn't want to get off. Back to Perry, over to Malicote. Malicote fake passes. Back to Valenciano. Top of the key to Malicote. Over to Maddie McGowan. And the Davis Lady Wolves are now in a zone defense, and another 3-ball by the Leopardettes is no good. And another 3-ball in and out by Cameron Perry. And here comes Davis. And we're going to get a
30-second time.
couldn't tell if that was a foul or what. But we're going to keep it here in Davis, Oklahoma. And your Leopardettes lead the Davis Lady Wolves 17-14. And Dietrich, so far this second half, our Leopardettes have kind of not gotten their groove yet.
Besides that, Emily Stone getting off of that offensive rebound, we've been basically shooting 3-pointers this whole second half. So probably need to do a couple of pump fakes and get 1 or 2 dribbles and pull up in mid range or look down low.
I think we had a lot of success in the first half of play by dribbling in.
Yeah. Maybe up top, maybe holding the ball a little too much. But then again, maybe that's what Cater wants, for a specific play. But one way to break the zone is to keep the ball moving.
Absolutely. Doing a very good job of that in the first half. So I think that we just need to go back.
Yeah.
We need to go back a few steps. The 3-ball has not been falling for us tonight at all. So I think eliminating it might help us right here finish off the game.
Sometimes when you got 3-point shooters, say shooting good 3-pointers, they just need to see the ball go in, and then that next 3, 9 times out of 10, they go in. So
one gets hot, they all get hot.
yeah.
We're going to have a Leopardette turnover. And the Davis Lady Wolves bring it back to their offensive side. And I think that was only the second 3 that I saw Davis shoot at all. And Emily Stone is going to get a block. but they were able to come back up with it and kick it back out to the top of the key over to the left side of the floor. Pass back to the right over to the baseline. Screen is set, and that it is a Leopardette ball. And Dietrich, I think he missed a walk right there too.
I was just over here looking at my buddy Cater. He was helping the ref out, saying it hit her knee. So
Yeah.
they were on the same page, thankfully.
And 3-ball by Maddie McGowan is off the mark, and that's going to slip right through Valenciano's hands out of bounds. Leopardettes.
I think we're content with playing our zone because they're not shooting 3-pointers. As I say that, they did shoot one, but
This one they've gotten all night.
yeah, nothing against the Davis, Lady Davis Wolves, but they're not a 3-point shooting team. So
An assist by Maddie McGowan, and Valenciano will go to the line, and that right there is how you break that press.
that's it right there.
That is exactly how we break this Davis Lady Wolves press. And Valenciano's good for one, and that puts Leopardettes up 20-14 with 1 minute and 44 seconds left here in the third. Ball to the right side, over to the baseline, back up to the wing, ball to the paint. And she's going to take it all the way. And foul is called, but I'm not 100% sure there was a foul there.
Once again, if you got 3 girls with their hands up, not moving, and the other girl is swinging an elbow, it might be on the offense, but
Almost would have
hey,
jump ball at some point, too, because I think Maddie McGowan had that tied up for a split second. Ball to the top of the key. Screen set. Number 2 is drives, but is able to pick up a on the floor foul on Maddie McGowan.
should be Maddie's second. Also, Braley also has 2.
Ball in. Cameron Perry's able to steal that away. And one for Cameron Perry.
Finish. Way to go strong.
And she will go to the line after number 2 from Davis tried to deflect that, and it just did not work.
That was an excellent steal, and she pushed the ball. She seen the girl coming, so she was ready for the contact, and she got the hand. That's how you draw it up right there, folks.
Cameron Perry's good for 1, and Leopardettes lead 23-14 against the Davis Lady Wolves. Ball to the right side, back to the top of the key, and that was almost back court. Good pressure right there by Cameron Perry as she puts more pressure back on the Davis Lady Wolves, and she comes up with another steal. Back to the top of the key, over to Valenciano for 3. And it falls for Valenciano. And now the floodgates are open, Dietrich. Here we go. We have a whistle blown for a timeout from the Davis Lady Wolves, and that's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take one with them right here on the Leopard Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Davis, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes ahead, taking a commanding lead here, 26-14 with 35 left in the third period. I think they've found their groove, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. We're under the 30-second mark here in Davis. In the third quarter of play, ball to the right side of the floor. Dribble to the top of the key, back over to number 12. Flash in the middle. And number 2 is going to take a jump shot, and it's going to be off. And Braley Malicote comes up with that steal. And there was a foul in there, and there's another foul that's not getting called. They're I hate to say it, but they're just letting this number 2 just run all over these girls, and they're not calling nothing on her.
Shot and you go wild like that, you're not doing it on purpose, but you're fouling. So.
There was 2 fouls here on rebounds.
Good defense. Great defense. So we didn't get hurt on that one.
Leopardettes are able to hold them in the third, 26-14, and we'll take another quick break here in the Lindsay Sports Network. I'll say
Okay, good evening and welcome back here to Davis, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are going to enter the fourth period on top, 26-14, and it looks like during this last period they have found their groove and things are starting to go their way.
yeah, absolutely. Cameron Perry's going to start things off right here at the top of the key in the fourth quarter.
That's a good thing for us for this final quarter is they already have 17 fouls, so the rest of the time they fouling, unless it's an offensive foul, we're shooting free throws.
Get the play set up. Bounce pass to Braley Malicote. Braley Malicote back to Valenciano. We're going to do a jump shot, and no good by Valenciano. But it's going to stay on the Leopardette side as Emily Stone kind of got a stinger off that rebound.
Yeah, like it hit her finger and then hit number 12's head and went out of bounds. So we got lucky on that.
3 ball by Maddie McGowan is no good. And the Davis Lady Wolves bring it back half court. And a drive by number 5 through the legs of number 15. Able to save it back out to number 5. And a jump shot by number 2 is no good. And here comes Cameron Perry. She's got numbers with Braley Malicote, but she's going to take it herself. And barely misses. But Emily Stone's going to get, I believe, her third foul of an over the back.
Yeah.
Here comes the Davis Lady Wolves. Ball to the right side. Back to the top of the key. Dribble back down to the right wing. Little floater layup is good by the Davis Lady Wolves. They're going to start their press one more time. Try to make a good push against the Leopardettes. Ball to Valenciano. And she's going to take it all the way and able to get a blocked shot. But the ball will stay down here on the Leopardette side. Cameron Perry set to throw the ball in. Ball to Valenciano. Back over to Burley Malicote. Into Maddie McGowan. Maddie McGowan's going to spin and turn, and she's going to go up for two and able to sink that bucket easily. As we have talked, she is strong.
Yeah, that was an excellent move. She faked to the middle, got the girl committed to the middle, and spun back and finished with the left hand.
McGowan. Oh. And we're going to have a technical foul on Maddie McGowan. And I'm not quite sure why, Dietrich.
I'm trying to read his referee lips. Coach Dodd is asking, and it seemed like he's trying to say that Maddie came at her aggressively, which I did not see that, but that's what he's saying. And anyhow, he's not going to take that technical foul back. So with that, that'll be Maddie's third foul.
I've said it previously in this broadcast, but they're going to tee Maddie up for that. Number 2 has done these same exact things. These same exact things to our girls. I mean, she's down there on the offensive end throwing elbows and all kinds of stuff too. So I just feel like it needs to go both ways. If we're going to tee one of them up, we better tee both of them up, unfortunately.
I agree with you 110%, but sometimes, when you, the home team, you kind of get a little extra leeway, which it is what it is.
It's going to be a walk on the Davis Lady Wolves. And that's going to be a turnover, and Leopardettes will try it again right here. The ball to Cameron Perry, back over to Maddie McGowan. Maddie McGowan's going to slow things down and let everybody catch up. Over to Braylee Malicote. With 5:42 left here in the fourth, the Leopardettes lead 28-17. Ball into Emily Stone. Emily Stone goes up, is deflected. And the Davis Lady Wolves was able to come up with that rebound. And there was a little over the back right there, Dietrich. I think they missed. And block out by Maddie McGowan. Gets another rebound. And here comes the Leopardettes. The Davis Lady Wolves are able to tie that up on the baseline. And we're going to stay here, but Cater is not happy with this officiating crew. And Dietrich, I can't blame him. I cannot blame him.
No, I wouldn't blame him either. They got away with pushing Cam right there. Mm-hmm. Then she threw it to Aristay, I believe. They just jumped her out of bounds. Yeah. And then caught a jump ball.
I don't know. There's not much to say other than it's very lopsided, even though there's 7 team fouls on the Davis Lady Wolves. And we're going to have another jump ball, and that's going to stay Davis ball.
Should be our ball. They forgot to switch to her.
Okay, let's go. Leopardette ball. Ball into Braylee Malicote. Braylee back to... Valenciano is able to get across. Has no numbers. She's going to bring it back out. Braylee Malicote. I just gotta laugh right now. And that's going to send Braylee Malicote to the line for a 1-and-1. with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the fourth. And the first one's up and good for Malico.
He was actually really strong on that. Number 12 was being a little extra aggressive on defense, and Braley kept her head and kept her dribble strong and was able to not let the contact bother her.
No good for Braley. Davis is going to take a timeout, and we're going to take one with him right here on the Leopard Sports Network.
And we're back here. And what's wrong, Andrew? Are you okay?
Yes.
We're back here, Davis, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes, with a commanding lead, 29-17 over the Davis Wolves.
Yeah. You know, so far so good for our Leopardettes. I mean, we're fighting potentially 7 people on the floor right now, but other than the technical foul, we're keeping our heads and our composure, and we're playing basketball.
That's all you can ask for.
And the ball up by the Davis Lady Wolves, and Emily Stone was able to actually get a hand on number 2. Sorry, we got a lot going on right now.
Number 2 being a little extra aggressive. She made the shot, then she gonna push Emily, and then she gonna come down here and commit a foul. So 19 fouls. So the next one we'll be in double bonus, which will also be a good thing as well.
And Braley Malicote's good for 1. And settles in for her second of 1-1. And she is off the mark. And here comes Davis. And they're going to go for a 3, and it's going to be a long 3. And Maddie McGowan's able to come up with that rebound.
What do we got Maddie at?
Ball back to Maddie. Back to Cameron. Over to Braley. And Braley's going to slow things down right here.
You got 9 rebounds, you said?
Cater's going to take a timeout and try to get things settled down right here for our Leopardettes. And we're going to stay here on the Leopard Sports Network for a 30-second timeout. And we're going to go over some stats.
We've got, what are we at here? You said
Maddie
got 9.
Maddie for 9. Emily Stone for 7. That's what you want to see from the 2 big girls out there. They definitely doing their job tonight.
Looks like Perry's leading us with 4 steals.
Yeah, she's doing an excellent job on ball. She has 4 steals. We have Emily Stone with 2, Maddie McGowan with 1, and Burley Malicote also with 1.
One stat that sticks out, though, is we've only made 2 3-point shots, and we've had a whole lot more. A lot of attempts, so I wasn't able to count all those, but a lot.
Here we go with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Cameron Perry is going to get the ball at half court. Back to Braley Malicote. Into Emily Stone. Stone back to Malicote. And Braylee's going to dribble in and circle right back around. And she's going to dribble right back in and circle right back around. Back to Cameron Perry. Over to Braylee Malicote. And number 12 is going to pick up a foul. And Braylee Malicote will go to the line. I believe that's the third time in a row.
Yep.
And she's going to go for a double bonus now. So she'll shoot 2 no matter what. And you know, these free throws, Dietrich, when you're tired and you have no energy left, you've got to bear down and you got to use your legs.
That's it.
And she does such that.
She must have heard you from all the way up here.
And the Leopardettes lead 31-19 with 2 minutes and 52 seconds here in the fourth. And I believe that number 2 just swatted her own player's ball away from her and then picked it back up.
They definitely crashed in the board, that's for sure.
And Cameron Perry is going to bring the ball up the court. And able to get it to Valenciano. Valenciano able to get it back into Emily Stone. Emily Stone looking for a player. Valenciano is the player. Back over to Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry is able to dribble around to get out of it.
That was not 5 seconds, but it's okay.
And here comes the Davis Lady Wolves. 31-21 with 1 minute and 52 seconds. And Davis just puts her head down and just goes for it. And we were able to come up.
Oh, wow.
My goodness gracious.
Wow. How was that not a foul? No idea.
Beautiful tackle by the Wolves. Apparently, it was not targeting, though, guys. I think that's why they didn't blow the whistle. They didn't see any targeting there. It was.
I have no words right now. You never want to sit here and bash the Revs, but they are letting this get way out of hand. Way out of hand. This is not boys basketball.
I don't like talking about refs at all, especially with me being a AAU coach.
Mm-hmm.
But that gentleman literally watched that girl hit Cameron from behind and knock her to the ground and stared at her.
Yep. And like we've said previously, it seems like it's the same Lady Wolf.
Yep.
And she's continuing to get by with it.
And sometimes referees, right or wrong, and you know, we benefit from it too. It's just the game of basketball. That would have been number 1's 5th foul. So he might have had that in the back of his mind as well, which is not right. Mm-hmm. I'm not condoning it, but it does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we got 1 minute and 37 seconds left, and the Davis Lady Wolves are only down by 10. You start to wonder, like, what's going on? Yeah. Why are we not getting these calls all of a sudden?
Yeah, that was definitely a foul. You know, as a coach, you don't want the referee to basically his or her whistle make the game. But at the end of the day, a foul is a foul. So
yes, absolutely. Ball into Emily Stone, cross court, back to Braylee Malicote. And Braylee's going to be able to get the ball underneath the goal, wide open layup, but she does not take it. And we are finally going to get a foul called. And Braylee's going to go back to the line to shoot 2.
That actually worked to our advantage because we didn't turn the ball over. So Braylee was able to dribble around for approximately 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That was actually a good thing.
And hats off to Braylee to be able to dribble the ball through all of those Davis Lady Wolves because they were all chasing her.
Yeah.
And she makes the first one. And makes the second one.
Two big free throws right there.
And we know who the ball needs to be in the hands of as far as a Davis player goes. 3 ball by number 23 is off. And they were able to get an offensive rebound. Number 1 puts it back. And it is no good. And Maddie McGowan gets her another rebound. But ends up throwing the ball away. Gets a hand on that ball. And the Davis Lady Wolves are able to save that.
He made up for that bad pass by making that girl not have a good shot. So
Yeah.
you can live with that one as a coach.
3 ball again is no good. And there is no block out. And the ref has blown his whistle for some reason. Back to Brayley. I'm not surprised right now with the pushing and the shoving, unfortunately.
Yep. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be go for a ball foul. So I don't know why that young lady did not get an intentional foul. The last time I checked, you have to go for the ball when you foul. You can't just push.
And Brayley gets her second one up, but it's no good. And here comes Davis. And Cameron Perry was able to deflect that ball. And jump shot by Davis is no good. Another offensive rebound by the Wolves. And number 2 is going to have the ball in her hands. Jump shot by her. It's no good. And Maddie McGowan is able to get that defensive rebound, and she's going to go down and shoot 2.
One just started out.
And that is the 5th foul for number 1, Davis Lady Wolves. And Maddie McGowan settles in for 2.
You know, if this game was closer, we got to make sure we make our free throws.
And, I mean, this game is, I would say it is fairly close. I mean, we only got 7 seconds left, and they're down by 11, 12, something like that. So, 3 ball up, and it is no good. Maddie McGowan gets another rebound. And your Lindsay Leopardettes was able to pull off a win against the Davis Lady Wolves, 34-23. Even though it was a very lopsided game here, a lot of factors go into this game, but our Leopardettes were able to dig down deep and fight and find a win. And coming up shortly will be your Leopards. Stay tuned on Lindsay Sports Network.